Viewer discretion.
If you're listening to this, you are the resistance.
Hey everybody, it's dafobra, and I'm back in the garage out here. About 5 years ago, I picked up a T-Rex rear stand. At the time I had a CBR 600 F4, and it did not use spools. It had just a standard swing arm, and at the time, I don't know if it was dumb luck or good foresight, I picked up the universal stand, which came both with the spool attachment and the swing arm attachment. The swing arm attachment was great for my CBR 600 F4i, but now with my current CBR 600 RR, this spool works perfectly. And as you can see, I got it in the gold galvanized finish, which has held up really, really well. Over 5 years, this thing's like brand new, and I use it religiously for oil changes, for washing, and for storage. So when it was time to purchase a new front stand, the choice was really clear for me. Okay, so here is a T-Rex front stand. Once again, I went for the gold galvanized finish. Number one, I like the way it looks. Number two, it's really holding up well, like I said. There are two choices for the front. You have a front fork stand, which supports underneath the forks and lifts up the bike, and you have a triple stand, which inserts into a pin into the triple and actually raises the bike up from there. For this and for the majority of my needs as a front stand, I went for the fork stand. I might at a later time pick up a triple stand, but for now, this should serve me really well. So what you get, there is a little bit of assembly involved, much like my rear stand. Comes with the hardware that you need to use, both sides, the attachment for the fork stand, and also the guys at T-Rex were nice enough to send me this attachment, which I think is something for radial mount calipers, which I do have on my 600 RR, as well as two cool stickers. So let's put this thing together. The packaging from T-Rex is really, really good. You have plenty of this paper to keep everything nice and not banging around. Plus, each piece is individually bubble wrapped and rubber banded. The hardware actually comes in a small, like a poly bag here. And you can see these are quality fasteners and washers. They use a 1/2 inch or 13 millimeter head. Got one of each over here. Let's start putting together. Here's the front. And here is the one side. And just to make it easier for me, here is the other side. And what I really liked about what T-Rex had done, yep, they did the same thing. They actually weld a nut or the threads on the inside here. You just gotta kind of get them started. And that really takes a lot of the guesswork out, because all you have to do is get it started. You want to make sure not to cross thread these. There we go. Let's just tighten them up. It is multi-piece, meaning this is not one complete piece, but let me tell you, 5 years of ownership, that stand is solid. And I really like these supporting pieces. Mine has the exact same thing. Gives it a tremendous, tremendous amount of stability. I have never seen so much as any kind of flex for my T-Rex rear stand, and I would suspect that the front stand is just as strong because it looks just as beefy. So let's finish this up and we'll see how it goes. All right, now everything's in. We'll kind of snug them up. For this, I actually prefer a box wrench. Just gives you a better feel. You can use a ratchet on here. I just, I just like the way it feels. You don't have to gorilla tighten these things. Just snug them down nice and tight. Like I said, I really haven't had to mess with my rear stand hardware at all. I think I've checked it twice in those 5 years, just to make sure she looked okay, and always has been. So there she is. Looks pretty good. I do like it. So let's take the bike outside and see how this works. So my CBR 600RR is equipped with rear spools, and if you watch, what you do is you engage the rear spools with the hooks on the rear stand. I usually hold the back seat just a little bit and push it straight down. As long as you have both spools locked in, it's incredibly stable, and the first time you get a little uneasy, but after that it's pretty easy. Now, putting the front stand on is a little bit different. Now, the front stand depends on the rear stand. What you have to do is engage both pads in the front and in the back underneath the forks. And now, what I usually try to do is line up the pads so they're kind of equidistant. And once that's in there, simply push down, and I usually hold the right-hand side grip just for stability, and that's it. The rear stand does the majority of the work. Never put a motorcycle on a front stand when there is not a rear stand. There's no stability there. It will fall. And once it's up there, you're ready to go. And you could do just about any type of maintenance now. You could do your chain, you can wash, you can wax, you can do an oil change, and it's a lot easier. And they're very simple. And the more you use them, the more comfortable you'll be with them. To take your motorcycle off the rear stand, first make sure that your kickstand is down. Once again, grabbing the back seat just for a little bit of guidance, slowly release it. The bike will naturally lean towards the left and it will fall right on the stand. That's it. Once again, the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll be. Well, I hope this has helped out, and yeah, any questions, drop me a line below and I'll do my best to answer them. And those are the T-Rex front and rear stands. Thank you very much for watching. See ya.
Not much. You're sitting here watching your video about skinny, man. You got me real choked up.
You're watching the video
Yeah, man. I think I can help you out.
and you want to help? How can you help?
Simple. Just gonna give you the money.